Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Chernobyl episode 3, Open Wide, O Earth. Oh, good God, that sounds horrifying. I'm going to be real here, guys. Although this show is excellently written and amazingly made, it's been pretty tough to watch. Other shows are mainly fiction, and when the characters die, I know that it's not real, but in this show, realizing that so many characters die a slow, horrible, and painful death, it just hits different. Last episode, we saw Legasov accidentally created lava by pouring boron and sand into the reactor, but he accidentally forgot to account for the water tanks below it. Thank goodness for Ulana and her obsessive curiosity. As we know, lava plus water equals huge explosion. All the water just instantly vaporizes and expands, so it's really bad. They seem to have prepared 3 brave men to sacrifice their lives by trying to empty the tanks. The episode ends with their flashlights falling and them being left in pitch blackness. We don't know what exactly happens to them. But as we do know from history that there wasn't a huge second explosion, I have to assume either they succeeded in their mission or they failed and another solution now needs to be found. I really hope it's the former and their sacrifice was worth the price. Like I said before, I simultaneously can't wait and don't want to continue watching, but I have to know. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this show and over 120 movies and TV shows, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Chernobyl, episode 3, Mazin. Let's go.
Moscow, hospital number 6.
Anything we should be worried about?
No.
I like how they have a recap of the previous episode. It really helps me catch up. This was one of the craziest cliffhangers I've seen in a while. Chernobyl. If you're hearing the dosimeter again. They're picking up right where we left off. Thank goodness. We get to see the fate of these 3 men. Oh, the batteries must have died out and now they have to power it manually. Oh man, they're all waiting for their return. I don't know whether they'll come back or not. Well, the director focusing on the door kind of gives me hope. I wonder how they shot these water scenes, because it really does look like a rundown power plant with dirty water. Holy crap, okay. Oh. I wonder whether they actually survived for a long time or just died in a couple of weeks. Hospital number 6, Moscow. Moscow, that's where, what's his name? Vasily is.
Chernobyl. I'm sorry, no visitors.
Yeah, bribing won't work, I think. Oh no, she actually took the money, okay.
Vasily Ignatenko, he's a firefighter from Chernobyl.
I know who Ignatenko is, but you can't. You're not pregnant, are you?
No.
Oh, wait, I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, that's good. There's no hiding from you, is there? Huh?
Don't touch him! You just got warned, woman. I wonder what the international response is right now.
The fire is nearly extinguished. There's also been a reduction in iodine-131 and cesium-137 emissions.
Good.
But the temperature is rising. The meltdown has begun.
Okay. That sounds like really bad news. Oh. What a sad situation.
You can't be in here.
Nathan, get out.
He has the weight of the world on his shoulders. And he's being portrayed as weak. Help us.
We have successfully eliminated the risk of a thermal explosion.
That's something. That's a start.
The concrete pad will last for 6 to 8 weeks, but after that, Legasov estimates a 50% chance that the fuel will breach the pad and melt down into the groundwater itself.
Oh.
The primary water supply for approximately 50 million people, not to mention crops and livestock, would be unusable. We're recommending we install a heat exchanger under the pad to lower the core temperature and halt the meltdown. And in order to do that, I'm told that we will need all of the liquid nitrogen in the Soviet Union. What will happen to our boys? What does the radiation do to them, precisely?
The right questions. Because that'll eventually happen to them too.
The skin blisters, turns red and black. The immediate effects subside. The patient appears to be recovering.
That's why Vasily was playing cards.
Then the cellular damage begins to manifest. The bone marrow dies. The organs and soft tissue begin to decompose. Within 3 days to 3 weeks, you're dead.
And what about us?
5 years at max.
In time, cancer or aplastic anemia. Either way, fatal. I've seen them before.
They're being watched?
Now you know why I wanted to take a walk.
Oh,
They've been here the whole time.
the KGB.
Of course they've been here the whole time.
I understand why they took a walk now.
I have a plan.
Heat exchange.
Heat exchanger, I hope.
Everyone who's in control room, Dyatlov, Akimov, Toptonov, they're all in Moscow. We need to find out exactly what happened that night, moment by moment. Because if we don't find out how this happened, it will happen again.
This looks like a mine.
How many men do you have?
On this shift, 45 here.
I need over 100 men to gather their equipment and get on the trucks.
To where?
That's classified.
Start shooting. You haven't got enough bullets for all of us.
Oh,
We don't leave unless we know why.
You're going to Chernobyl.
they are going to go.
Now you look like the Minister of Coal.
You can have all the power in the world, but still be powerless in front of the people. Holy crap! His skin is melting off. He lost most of his hair.
It's not safe.
This is incredibly sad.
Told you I'd show you Moscow, didn't I?
Ulana.
Give me something else.
I'm not a nurse, Comrade Dyatlov.
That's Anatoly Dyatlov? I did not recognize him.
You can get the fuck out of my room.
He's as arrogant as ever. I honestly couldn't tell. I was about to say he deserves whatever happens to him, but no, man, nobody deserves a slow, painful death like this.
I'm not good at this, Boris. The lying.
He looks like a rough and tumble dude.
Do these work?
To an extent.
Is it gonna fall on top of us?
Not if you're done within 6 weeks.
How deep do you want this tunnel? 6 meters?
12. At that depth, you'll be shielded from much of the radiation.
We can start in the morning. No. We start now. I don't want my men here one more second than they need to be. If these worked, you'd be wearing them.
Oh, man. He's got brains. I'll give him that.
Are they all like that?
They're all like that.
9 days. It's been a fair few days, so the crew must be working hard already.
What's that up to?
50 degrees.
50 degrees. Boiling heat in there.
We need fans.
Fans will put dust in the air. The dust will go in your lungs.
I've been breathing dust in my lungs for 20 years.
Not this dust.
Exactly, it's not your everyday dust. Well, he can't argue against that, I guess. Oh, I remember him. He was one of the operators. Looks like a zombie.
30 minutes, I said.
Well, where have you been? When he's in pain.
Well, there are dozens of patients from Chernobyl exactly like him.
I don't want him to die, though.
I think Vasily and his wife are meant to represent all those firefighters. We only get to see one, but we can imagine exact situation happening to dozens Dozens of them.
Stay. It's night time now. I think I dream. I just gone. We're gonna have a baby.
If somebody could just explain to her what radiation is, she wouldn't be endangering the baby.
They say the whole job will be finished in 4 weeks.
Yeah, they're naked. I wonder whether this was real or not. I really want to know.
Well, they wouldn't give us fans. It's too hot for clothes. So we're digging the old way. This is where our fathers mined. When this is over, will they be looked after?
I don't know.
Wow. He's being honest. I kind of like Boris. He's a bureaucrat, but he's straight.
They don't know.
Why didn't you press the AZ5 button?
We did.
They did, I think.
I saw him do it.
What?
Is that meant to be a big revelation?
Which room is Akimov? 27.
I pressed it before the explosion.
Get out. Get out. Get out of here. You let her in that room, inside the plastic, touching him. Did you know she's pregnant?
It's not true.
People are going to hear about this.
Wait.
What is everyone going to hear?
She's being watched too.
What is everyone going to hear?
What a no-win situation for everybody.
Khomyuk was arrested last night.
What?
Ulana was arrested?
Why?
I don't know.
What a beautiful painting in the background. I don't know what it's meant to represent though. It's very beautiful.
The immediate danger is over. Now I'm afraid a long war must begin.
And how many men do you require?
And approximately 750,000 men, including a number of doctors and structural engineers.
Oh, huge.
My associate was arrested last night. I need her.
So you will be accountable for her?
He knows exactly.
Her name?
I know who she is. Good day, Professor.
Do you think the fuel will actually melt through the concrete pad?
I don't know. 40% chance, maybe.
Well, he put it at 50.
Akimov pressed AZ5, and then the reactor exploded. I'll go back to the hospital and re-interview Akimov and Toptonov, if they're still awake.
They're not.
Oh, man. I think they might be clearing out the neighboring cities and villages. I think Vasily is dead. Holy crap. It's a cement truck. I don't even know how to react to this. Beautiful cinematography. And editing. That was stressful. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, the situation is getting worse. Yes, the immediate danger of the explosion might have been dealt with, but now the long war starts, as Legasov put it. Not only do they have to kill all the wildlife within a 100-kilometer radius, they have to burn all the trees, cover the entire ground surface, and build a fortification enclosure around the entire power plant just to make sure more radiation doesn't leak out. The episode had 3 separate storylines. The first one was Vasily and his wife, which was tragic to watch, as his face was melting off, and despite being warned several times, his wife did not leave his side. Admirable, but not smart. It was revealed that she was pregnant, which made the situation much worse. Now I'm thinking of the baby and how it was affected. I have a feeling we won't see her in any upcoming episodes, as this felt somewhat like a closure. I think this couple was meant to represent all the firefighters and the first responders who gave their lives and died horrible deaths, mostly alone, as referenced by one of the nurses. She was the only loved one who sneaked her way in. I really don't want to think about it. The second one was Ulana and her investigation. She locates the hospital where the power plant workers were being treated and verifies from two different people that the explosion happened after the emergency shutdown was triggered, which she believes was impossible, and that was later corroborated by Legasov. She gets arrested, and thanks to Legasov, she was released. I wonder where her investigation will take her next. That's something I'm actually invested in. I want to see. The third storyline was that of Boris, Legasov, and the coal miners. Boris has a moment of self-reflection and takes Legasov for a walk and asks him what will happen to them eventually. That was a great scene. It was beautifully written, and it really humanized Boris more than I thought was possible. He's a bureaucrat, but I think he listens to reason. Anyways, the leader of the coal miners, he seemed to be a genuine hero and loyal to his crew, worrying about their safety, even though he probably knows that they're in deep crap already. The entire crew were brave men taking on this dangerous task, but on the other hand, I have to wonder whether they actually had a choice in this matter. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. Overall, the third episode of Chernobyl was as horrifying as ever, bringing us down to earth, giving us a reality check. There were brave men risking their lives, and that too for the greater good. And on the other hand, there's the KGB. I'm sure we'll see more of them in the future. This episode was easily the most gruesome to watch by miles. I had to turn away from the screen several times, as you saw, just to avoid looking at the men, hearing their screams and their skin melting off. What a nightmare. Thank goodness I have a week to recover and recoup before I watch the next one. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.